Hello and welcome. Today I've got MPG 05 Trainbot Seizan, however you say it. So there's the train, there's the box. I love the Takara Tomy boxes. I use my Google Translate for anything and everything Japanese on it because I want to know what it says, even the stuff about the vehicle. So very cool. He is basically a mold mate to Suiken. Trainbot 4. Very, very similar. Very minor differences, and I'll point those out. So, of course, instructions. Let's see. Collector card. Very nice artwork. Very cool. Stats. Sort of thing. So he comes with replacement emblems, and I will show you that in just a second. But you can have a plain one or one that has an Autobot logo on it. See, yeah. And then, of course, he does come with the adapter you would want to put him on a flight stand as needed, either in train or robot mode, because in the show, they do fly. Set all that off to the side. He does roll on his tracks very, very nicely. And right here is the emblem. So, you know, Takara Tomy with their masterpieces in vehicle mode, for the most part, they go for as close to lifelike as possible. And I guess this is the insignia that the real life train would have or used to have. But they give you the plain one and the Autobot one if you want to swap it out for that. So just like just like the other train bots, very nice paint. Love the mixture of the tan and red. This looks very, very cool. Definitely fully painted, at least from what I can tell. You do have weapon storage for his weapon, as well as the 2 rifles you get for the combined mode, which are stored up here, and I'll show you those when we get to them. But this is also very cool. So the train tracks can store the sword. I like it. Since I don't have my box set for Trainbot 6 yet, I'm curious if where the storage for that sword will be, if it's interchangeable or not. But so either way, there's that. I'll get that out of the way for now. Other than the weapon storage and the fact that it rolls, no gimmicks with the trains. There just isn't. To swap that emblem though, you just lift up on the front and you open up that panel and boom, there it is. You just pop it out, pop it in. It is like a plastic. You know, one of those thin plastics. There we go. Pop that back in. Let's see. You know, it's nothing special. I accidentally popped that out the other day. But yeah, it's just, oh, I just popped it out all the way. Well, that's going to get lost. But either way, looks great. Let's transform him. And first thing, get rid of his weapon, which does unfold. So this is the one for him. And then like I said, he's got 2 for Raiden, which are right in here. I'll go ahead and do this first just to show you those. There we go. There we go. So they're both the same. They're not exactly a left and a right, but the screws are kind of set up so that they're a left and a right. It's weird how they molded that. See, screws are on the left side for that one and on the right side for that one. I don't know why they did that, but it's cool. It's got those. I don't know why, but they both have a little fold-out peg. And it's much smaller than, you know, a standard 5mm peg. So I have not seen the reason for that anywhere in the instructions. And of course, he's got the little cannon, as just like his other one did. So since it's already in my hands, I'll go ahead and transform this first. Flip these around. It's very, very much just like the other trainbot, Seizan. Difference is you've got two. There we go. You got two pegs in here. You'll use this larger one for the foot mode for combined, and then you use this one for his robot mode. And you fold those back, and this just folds over just like the other, but you don't need to worry about moving that like you did for Trainbot 4. Yeah, you just fold it all over, let it sit. There we go. That's ready to be his backpack. All right, back to this, and I said, if you've got the 4th Trainbot, or if you saw anybody's videos on that, you'll see this is almost the exact same thing. Very minor difference, which I will definitely point out when we get to there. So you fold that out, fold that down and in, out, down, in, good. Split apart the back. Bring the wheels up or down, depending on your perspective. Flip that down, and then accordion his knee joint out. There we go. Get that to line up. You've got that peg right there, and you've got the outline of the knee joint. Squeeze that in, close that up, so peg goes into the hole. Bring that back down. Now here's the difference. You have this little piece you have to fold out. You did not have that on the 4th Trainbot. Then you bring down the leg, which it doesn't come down far. That's as far as it comes down. You fold out the foot, fold that up, and then you just rotate that all the way in. Whereas with the 4th bot, you just went in a little bit, but he also didn't have that little tab. So there's that. Get you back out there. And fold this in. That's one leg. Very minor difference from his mold mate. I say they're like 80% mold mates. Very, very close, but definitely some differences. Okay, got that. Got that. Fold that over. Get that down. And you do have to fold this out first before you can rotate the foot. It does lock it in place. And it serves a purpose in the combined mode too. I'll again show you that when we get there. One thing at a time. So there we go. Legs are done. Now we're gonna disconnect and slide these pieces down. We're gonna split all this apart. There we go. Give it a little bit of pressure on that tab and it helps out a lot. You'll bring these pieces up. Rotate the arms so that they're looking like that, where this piece, the pin goes up. You've got that, and the arms are swung back on that joint right there. Then you'll take this, you bring it down like that, fold just that part over, and then swing the whole thing back. Oh, and fold that in. Do the same exact thing over here. that's one thing that's different as well. So the fourth bot had an extra black piece on each of these that you also had to fold in before you folded that in. He does not. Very, very minor difference. Fold both of those over. Go ahead and pop out his hands. Kick his head forward on that little slider. Bring his chest pieces out. Make sure those side pieces are not in the way. There we go. And his backpack is much easier to attach than on the fourth train bot because you only have that piece and it's not on an armature like the other one was. So you just, it also, the little plastic tab it has to lock in at the top here is not as big. So it's much easier. You just line it up. You just need to get your finger or something in there because it does still want to bend back into its folded position. There we go. Make sure those chest pieces do not collapse in. Make sure the head is forward. And that is it. Now, I'm not sure if it's the backpack or if it's because of how his feet are a little different. I got to be more careful with him. He's not quite as stable as the fourth bot. So I'm not even going to bother trying to pose him right now because this is just a piece of cardboard. So, as usual, his hand, he's got a tab and a slot, just like all the others. There you go. You can also attach the cannon. You got a single tab right there. Can go on the side of his arms. Can face upward on the side. Or you can face it forward if you want him to actually use it. But aside from that, I love the head mold. Just in general, he looks great. Just like the others, he's, head is on a ball joint, so you've got pretty much no down, but you've got decent up. You would have a 360 rotate. You just got to be careful because he is going to collide with his backpack. So he's got like what? 180 rotate. Shoulders swing up that far before they collide with something, but you can, oh, wait, there you go. It's easier to go the other way. You got that joint, and then you've got this joint, so he's got a double jointed shoulder. Bicep swivel, elbow, just a hair past 90. Nothing too impressive on that. Make sure things stay situated here. Wrist rotation and the fingers all in one with no thumb movement. Then waist rotate, little bit of an ab crunch. Oh, there you go. A lot of ab crunch. This was very stiff yesterday, so I wasn't able to go that far. But there you go. Get his arms. Legs will go out to there. Skirt moves out of the way. Legs go up to there, and it's a soft ratchet. And then you've got the back skirt. If you don't disconnect it, you've only got to there. But if you do disconnect it, okay, not like that. You saw that on camera. That just popped right off, but there we go. We're good. Hey, accidents happen. And then, let's see. Oh, he's hitting something. Okay, so that is as far back as his leg will go because he is colliding with a small pin right up in here. A pin or a screw. So, yeah, you cannot kick back. Leg, not even 90. But it's all soft ratchets too. Even that is all soft ratchets, so that's nice. That you don't really need to worry about stability. Well, not in that respect anyway. Like I said, he is off balance. And then you've got you got some down. You got a little bit of a toe tilt, not much, but you've got it in both directions. You do have an ankle tilt, but it's because of that extra piece, it's very stiff, and this is part of why I have trouble with articulation or balance. If I fold it down, like I extend it out, I can get a little bit more, but you can see that's not much. After making the rest of this video, and I noticed that for his ankles, that little piece that you gotta fold in. So the manual says just sweep it back as far as it'll go. And all, you know, that's what all the pictures show. But if you keep it up at 90, it'll clear that black joint. And then you can get some serious ankle tilt. And as you can see, he can actually be pretty stable. Let me get him back to where he just was now that I've moved him. There we go. Like, that's a lot more stable. I was not able to do this yesterday before I found out about that trick as I made the rest of the video. So that helps him out significantly with the ankle tilt. Plus he looks good holding the sword with two hands. I mean, this hand's kind of resting on it, but you know, hey, looks good. Anyway, that is all. All right. Well, that was the end of articulation anyway. So how's about this? We'll just go into the combined mode, which again is, it's a right arm. So it's very similar to the other trainbot. There's just, again, minor differences. So this is going to become that little leg cannon. You'll fold that one in, and you'll want to get out the other peg. Then for this, you'll fold the bumper in half, fold it in, and then set that back down. It doesn't say to do anything with this. Yeah, it just sits there. The hitch. You'll fold these out. Leave the wheels where they're at. Fold it over on itself, and that fin will go into that slot. It doesn't lock, it's just somewhere for it to sit. And then you've got a slot and a tab on both sides. Oh, right. This is another difference. You got to rotate that sideways because of the light. There we go. Squeeze that in on both sides. And then the cannon. Other way. They want the tab, the single tab facing outwards. Like that. And then you extend it. And boom, he's ready to attach to the right leg. I haven't seen that really used in the show, so I'm kind of curious about its point. But it's there. All right, and we'll go ahead and do his legs first, since I already broke that free of its joint. So we're going to flip out these two pods. They're pieces of the air conditioning for the actual train. You're going to extend out his ankles. You're going to bring that piece down. See, there is a trick to it. There it is. Sorry, you're going to rotate it. Then you're going to bring that piece up. So it's going to lock the foot in place, which the other one did not have since it didn't have that little piece. I'm going to lock this back in since I shouldn't have disconnected it to begin with. And then we're going to compress it to make the train car pieces actually line up again. We'll connect the two halves. There. Okay. You'll keep those back there. And the last thing, do them separately or do them together. As long as it happens, you want to take those and you just bring them back. So it's going to be So your back of the train is going to be like this for the arm mode. Right. All right. Now, go ahead and get his hands back up in there. Compress his chest together. Kick his head back for now. You swing those out. You swing these out. Kick that around. Push it in. Rotate the hand. Then for a second, we'll kick those back up. You're going to straighten these pieces out. Flip these back. All right. Now, there we go. Yeah, like that. There. Oh, there it is. Is what I get for trying to rush through it. Let me just go back and edit that. All right, so once you get the fist like that, you slide that piece back in. You've got the head in there, all locked up. You've still got it how it was for robot, with the pin at the top there, that kicked back on the shoulder. So now you straighten out these upper pieces and you flip these around so they're like that. Then you're going to fold those back down. You're going to bring that up. You're going to kick the shoulder around on that joint. And you're going to bring it in like that. Then you make sure you rotate so all the screws are on the same side. It's the easiest way to explain that. All right, these train pieces are getting in the way, so you fold these down as well. I'll go ahead and do that now. You just make sure they're straight on each arm so they stay out of the way. But the point here is we're connecting the arms behind the body. So your joints should look like that. Okay. You've got that upside down and rotated 180 so it's backwards from how it would be as a robot. You've got that piece there with the arms folded up and rotated around on it. Now I'm going to fold these pieces in. Now they're out of my way. I'm going to put the two halves of the train together. Okay. I'm going to bring it down. There we are. So you want it sitting, again, roughly, that silver joint is going to be 90 out. So that is where we're at right now. Then you're going to fold these down. right? You're going to kick his knees down. And then you want to take these joints, which will connect to the shoulders, and bring those up and out. And that right there is his arm mode. You would lock it in there, which I did for the 4th train bot. Not going to do it again right now. I'll do it again when it's time for the full combination. But you'd lock in there. The shoulder ratchet is on the chest. And then as you can see, it's pretty much just like the 4th train bot. You'd flip up that panel, you've got your elbow. You've got rotation at the elbow, but you do have collision, so you got to be careful. You can go up like that, but that wouldn't help you because the chest is going to be like right here. So you don't want to go in, you want to go out, but unfortunately, you have a little bit of out like that, but you literally, it's 1 notch on that. So it's not much. And then, of course, is a hand. 2 pins for each finger, all individual. You've got the 1 pin for the thumb that goes up and down, and then the one that brings it down and out like that. And they're both pins, not ball joints. So, and then, so it says it's for him. Only thing I can think is you have 2 slots. You could put that in the top slot, but then you're only going to have like 1 finger and the thumb hold on to it. I mean, it works. And with something like this, you're not going to be playing with it the same way you would a Studio Series or even a smaller masterpiece. You know, these combiners are definitely meant to be more display pieces. If you're going to change the poses, do it kind of slowly and carefully. And then get the sword here. Sword has 2 tabs. You got a smaller one that can be wielded by any of the small bots, and then you got the bigger one that's for this. And the bigger one just, you know, goes right in there, nothing special. Wrap the fingers around it. It does have trouble staying by itself. But it could also be me. I might be doing something wrong. Doesn't help that I had coffee with no food yet, so got the shakes. There we go. And that is going to be scaled to the bot pretty well. The only problem is because of the hilt, you look at where I have to have it. That right there, he's holding it straight up and down, which is good, but you have very little rotation without risking it becoming loose. So again, it's not bad. It could be a little bit better designed for this. So overall, that's it though. Very similar to the 4th train bot. Few differences that I pointed out. I can't wait for my box set to come in so I can do the complete combination and show you guys that. But until next time, there is Trainbot 5 Seizan.